What's up, everyone? Back with part 2 of my $20 million car spending spree. I'm here in my auto shop garage. You can see here I've got the 5 cars that I started out purchasing in part 1 as a top 5 fastest cars in GTA Online list that I randomly found on Google. We've got those 5 cars here. Part 2 is not going to go quite as planned. I'll give you a few details here in a second, but I'll show you how I finished off filling out this auto workshop garage and what cars I ended up picking to spend the rest of my $20 million. Right, so like I mentioned, this video is not going quite as planned because I actually already have the cars sitting right here. I filmed the whole process, recorded the whole process of choosing which cars I wanted, customizing them, going through the reasons why I was doing the certain customizations, and my mic was not plugged all the way in, so the audio is bugged. So anyway, like I said, this video is going to be a little shorter, but I did want to wrap this up for those of you that came and saw, what I did for the original video and promised you a part 2. So the first one I went with was the Dinka Jester. It's based off the Toyota Supra. I thought that would just be a sweet car to kind of have in the garage. Really love the Supra, love the looks. You see here I kind of went with the whole green theme. Tricked that out a little bit. All performance upgrades are on these cars. I definitely want to start racing with these and be more competitive in the tuners update and in the car meet races and start going for those first place vehicles. So that was my first choice there. That was the Jester. This one was pretty affordable. If I remember right, I don't have all of the trade prices unlocked yet because, like I said, I haven't really done the participated in the tuner update a whole bunch. But actually, I do have the trade price unlocked for the Jester. So you can see that 1.477 million, and you can see I actually kept the stock green color that it came in. I thought that was pretty cool. So the next one I went with was the Ubermacht, if I can find it, Cypher. Yeah, right here. So this is modeled after the BMW M2. With hints of, from what it says, the hints of the M6 as well, but you can, clearly see it's a two-door M Series BMW. I've always been a fan of these cars, so I went with that as my second choice. I went with the carbon roof and the carbon hood, and kind of did a little dark red paint scheme there. Not as impressed with this car. It is really fun to drive, has great handling, but it definitely doesn't have the top speed that some of the other tuner update cars have. So this is more just one I wanted for the appearance there because I do like the look of the BMWs, of the M Series cars. Really clean lines. Overall just a great looking car. But like I said, if you're looking for the top performers in the tuner update, this car is not necessarily for you. And then finally, right here, we've got the 10th car that I put in the garage. We'll take this one out here, show you that. But this is the Anus ZR350 based off the Mazda RX-7. So this one totally screamed Fast and the Furious to me, which is what I was kind of going for the vibes there. But you can see this one has a ton of customization options. You've got the intercooler that you can put out there and customize. You've got all the different under the hood options, which all the other cars actually have that as well. But this one was pretty sweet. Has the see-through hood. Was able to actually choose to put the turbo on there with the air cooler right there. You can see all that. But pretty sweet car overall. Definitely more of that tuner vibe to this than like maybe the Cypher had, the BMW next to it. But let's take this out real quick, show you what I did to it. Alright, so once you have the tuner cars, you can go to the Los Santos car meet, the tuner car meet, and actually go into the shop and put low grip tires on these cars, which is what I did to just this one. I am still learning how to drive these with the low grip tires. I mean, it drifts every single corner, but you break traction all the time. I mean, it's not so much like, hey, I can now pull the e-brake and do some sick drifts. I mean, it just doesn't have traction. You can see when you do, buy low grip tires. You can see the reduction in traction when you're looking at the stats on the car. And overall, it's a blast to drive, but this is not something that I'm wanting to drive from A to B if I'm trying to do missions. So like I said, overall, a ton of fun, but, you know, not recommended for an actual car you're trying to race in or anything like that. And they do have the stance upgrades too. Once you get into the car meet, you can go in there and lower the stance a little bit. I was really hoping, because I swore I saw some cars with it, but I was really hoping that they had the options to, you know, kind of stance the tires out a little bit, stance the wheels out a little bit. But all it did was lower it. But you can see here the traction is just ridiculous with these low grip tires. But this was how I spent my remaining money. I did kind of, you know, make a few dollars back since we last, you know, since I had my last video there. You saw I spent 20 million. I think the total bill was around 18.5. Alright, so we're here in the car meet. I was talking about earlier. You do have the option to come in here, go to the car meet, go to your vehicle options and stance the car. You can see this is the lowered stance on the 350. I can change it back to default, just with the click of the button. You can see the lowered does actually have the front wheel stanced out just a little bit, but it's hardly even noticeable. You also have the options, you know, to open your hood, different doors, the trunk, all at the same time and everything. You can do this out on the street too, but, you know, there you go, you've got that option. If you want to put the low grip tires on the car, all you got to do is get into the car and then hit square, go to the auto shop here in the car meet, and you can add those low grip tires for 500 bucks. But that's it, guys. That's my $20 million spending spree. Really came out to 18.5, but who's counting? But anyway, I'm super pumped about using these cars here in the tuner update, working to get these podium vehicles. If you enjoyed watching me spend all this money, ball out on these cars, make sure you hit that like button down below. Make sure you subscribe for more GTA content. The extended and enhanced version's coming out tomorrow. Got it preloaded on the PS5. And super excited to start making some videos there in that next gen version. Guys, I appreciate it, and you guys have a good one.